I
Oh,
just
good
don't.
morning.
Hello. Did I say that live?
No, I don't think you did. We were still muted.
Oh, shoot.
All right. So, it's Wednesday morning. Today is our first digital dealer of 2024.
2024.
Holy smokes. This is year 3 for Digital Dealer.
Yes.
So, and the designs this year are super duper cute. So, if you're watching this and you don't know what we're talking about, Kimberbell does a monthly program that is exclusive to dealers. So not just us, but all dealers.
Right.
And you pay your dealer, and then the design magically appears in your Kimberbell account, and it stays there so that you can retrieve it later.
Whenever you need it.
Whenever you need it, in case you...
I lost it, can't find it. You can go back and get it again.
You absolutely can. I know that Kimberbell's had a little bit of growing pains with their websites, so that does sometimes happen, but it looks like they're starting to get that
and it
squared
looked
away.
like not completely related, but related. It looked like MeTime wasn't working the other day
Yeah.
either, so they're definitely still having some issues there, but they're all working really hard over there
They
to
are.
fix any of those things. So if
So-
you are having problems, just let us know.
Yes,
We're always happy to help, but this is a really great program.
it is.
I love the flexibility of you can get all of them if you want all of them, or you can just get,
Mm-hmm.
I just want June's or I just want January's or whatever. And then we offer the fabric kits to go along
Right.
with, if you would like those as well.
So Mary has a question. This is a good question. So how long does it take between paying you and getting the design on the Kimberbell
It
site?
depends on when you buy it.
Right. So Mary bought hers this morning, and it will not appear into your account until one of us actually puts it into your account. And so we were having a few little snafus this morning. So after this presentation is over, we will load the design into your account. And it's usually pretty instantaneous.
It's usually
after
pretty
that.
quick once, we have to see the order, but as soon as we see it,
Yeah.
so if you put it in at, 5:30 at night, it might not get done until the next morning just because nobody's going to see the order, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no
no
problem.
worries at all. But, if it's done during the day, we usually try to, oh, look, somebody did that, and we go
Yep.
in and we do it because we have to process the purchase, basically.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we have to tell Kimberbell that.
we have to put it in your account.
Yes,
basically.
yeah, we basically put
So-
your information, which is why it's so important for the email address that we have for you
to
and
be the
email
same
address,
that you use there.
Kimberbell,
So,
to be the
yes.
same,
So please make note if it's not.
because that's what we use.
Make sure you tell us, because otherwise you'll never get it.
Yes, you'll
Yeah,
keep waiting.
It'll never work.
Yes.
So yeah. So January's. I love this design.
It's really pretty.
I'm not loving the circular pillow,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I don't have to. You can love it. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. I think it'd be beautiful as a square pillow, or like off to the side on a rectangular pillow or something like that. Or you could do this on the bottom of a shirt. I mean, there's bags, all kinds of different places that you can put this. I do like the larger pillow better, or the larger center
Yes.
of the pillow better than the smaller center of the pillow. I don't know. I'm not feeling it, but that's okay.
Yeah, but we're going to show you
We're going to show you how to do it
it works.
a couple different ways.
Yes, so we'll give you some options.
So the first thing that you have to do, no matter what you're going to do with it, is actually stitch it.
Yes,
So
so that's what we're going to start with.
We're going to start with that. So the
We
first
have-
thing is just the center where it's going to be stitched. I assume our excess stuff, where we're going to add that to.
Yes, yes.
So that's what that's going to be.
Yep.
So that thread should be just fine.
Yep. So I just have to load the design. There we go. Start with that. We have an 8x12 design in the machine. So it's actually an 8x8 design.
If you have an 8x8 hoop, you could use that.
Yeah. And then we have our 8x12 hoop on, and we have cutaway, medium cutaway in here,
Yes.
which
So the
we
heavier,
don't use
not
that
no show. Yep.
all the time, but that is what we have in here right now. And we'll go over to that screen there and start.
Are we actually thread? Yes, we are.
So we're going to do a circle. And basically this is just so that you know where to put your fabric. we have starched our fabric, our background fabric piece, and put fusible on it. If you did purchase a kit from us, you could just take the piece that we gave you and put your fusible on the back of that. You don't necessarily have to trim this piece down. We didn't do it from a fat quarter. We gave you a piece that was a little bit more sized according to the actual design. And once it does this, we're just gonna lay this out over top of it. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered around the outside because the design is designed to be circular. So you will basically be using that center piece right there. If you wanted to make your pillow more square later, you would want to try to get this as centered as you can, unless you have just an oversized piece. So there is our placement, and we're going to make sure that we have this over top of that. Does that look like we're even-ish?
That looks pretty good.
Okay.
Is this like the exact size of the front of the pillow if we did
No.
it squared?
No, I made it a little bit bigger.
Okay.
So
I think we're good then. I'm like, if I have to be exact, then I need to fuss some more.
no. Nope. And the instructions are a little bit different this time. They gave us kind of a little cheat sheet of showing us where all of the
What color's gonna or what stitch is gonna be where.
Right. I like it.
It's nice. Was it page 2?
I think, no, it's probably page 5 or something. The first few pages are,
But it's literally a printout of the design, and then at the top it shows
like a key.
each color
Exactly.
that is needed.
Right. A little bit more like a traditional embroidery design that maybe
That
you
you've
might have
seen elsewhere.
elsewhere, yeah, before you started doing Kimberbell stuff. That's kind of how we used to do things.
So if you are going to do this square,
Yes.
you might not want to stitch that. Maybe use some sticky or something to put it in place, because that was double stitched.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
that will be definitely harder to get out.
Yes.
If you were planning to not do it as a circle.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to.
All right. What's our
not do
first color?
That is a great. It's going to be these leaves over here. So.
Okay. We're back. Maybe. All
We
right.
need to check. Yeah. Mm.
All right. Hopefully
Can you guys hear us okay?
Anybody still there?
If anybody is there,
Hi.
can you give us a thumbs up
We're
if you can
having
hear us?
a little bit of internet issues today. We do apologize for that. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay,
Okay.
great. All right,
So
we're back.
sorry, guys. So I was saying that I put in the darker of the greens, number 955 from the Exquisite. So this is the first flower stem. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a morning.
That picture is really blurry up there, so I'm not sure how great our connection is.
Well, that doesn't look so hot down there. Oh, that's the other one.
Okay. Connection is good now. Hopefully, all right. Hopefully, we are good
and going.
No more echo. All right. Okay, it looks like our mics are working. Connection is good. Okay, so let us know if you're having some more issues or it sounds funny again. But of course, that means that Shopify is down.
Still has an echo.
Still has an echo. Okay. Let's try. See, the mic is working here. All right. How about now? Do we still have an echo? Yes. Okay. Well, let's see. If they log into the pup, we might get worse.
Should carry it, but I mean, if they have to run something.
All right, so Mary says we still have an echo, so the only thing that I can think of is literally ending the stream and starting it again. Settings, audio,
Desktop microphone, wireless. And the echo cancellation doesn't work when it's on, right?
correct.
That's the one that gives us the echo.
Yeah.
What if you swapped off that microphone and came back to it? Do you think that would do anything?
Maybe. Oh, Nancy says she has no echo. All right, so,
Maybe Mary's having the same internet problem
maybe
we are.
yeah, maybe Mary is in the general vicinity where we are and is also maybe just my computer.
Who knows?
Okay, so if anybody else is having an issue,
Yeah.
let us know. It's gonna be a long hour, yeah. So sorry, guys. Wow.
We are at the mercy of technology. Just
Yeah.
some days not fun.
No, it's not. Apparently, Tony's in the back watching us too, though. Because he said you guys are gone. We're entertainment for him.
Evidently, we are.
He's just making sure we're not talking about him. All right. So, what do we want our second color to be?
We have started working in your neighborhood.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
When was that? Like this morning? Original.
So it went to 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. So it looks like Comcast might be working in our area.
You will experience service outages.
Great. That was great. Okay. Well, we're on an alternate
internet,
service
so
right
hopefully
now. Okay,
loud
Sandy
and
says
clear.
loud and clear. All right.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Number 2, I think we want this one.
Goldy color, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of looks like wheat.
I think this is what we want.
So we're gonna
put in a gold, number 616. You know, starting out strong. I didn't pay any bills. Yep, that's totally.
We're running. What do they say? When you're running on fumes, but there's like, or we're running on like glitter and
Sweat and glitter is what we're working on over here. And you're right, I'm no longer hot. By the way, you are. I mean, I'm not cold.
Right.
But I'm not like.
Oh, you advanced to a bigger spool, huh?
Well, you know, we couldn't get the other ones.
I know.
So I was like, okay. And I was getting really low. So I was like, I guess I need more. So.
Yeah. This project does have some fringe in it. So you're going to want to have a little bit of that water-soluble bobbin thread. Or water-soluble thread. It's not really water-soluble bobbin thread. We call it water-soluble bobbin thread.
Because we only really use it in our bobbin. But
right.
you can use it anywhere.
Right.
Just that's generally where it's going to go.
Yep.
So. But,
this is a almost 50-minute
That's what I was looking to see how, because I'm like, I feel like this is going to take a hot second.
It is going to take a hot second.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, sometimes you can get feedback from yourself.
Mm-hmm. It's funny.
Oh, it's been funny learning what works here because things like there's a box that says echo cancellation, which your brain would say check that, right? So you don't have echoes. But if every time we check that box, we get echoes.
Yes.
So, you know, it's just you got to figure out what the settings and play nice.
Something updates and then it doesn't work the same.
And then it changes. It's the opposite of what it was yesterday. And then
exactly.
We didn't know because nobody told us. And,
right.
You know, all that fun stuff.
So we were thinking about changing the time that we do our digital dealer. We were talking about doing, so this year has been great for us because Kimberbell basically gave us all of the designs ahead of time. So we're not actually waiting for them to come to us. So we could make samples ahead of time or what have you not. But we were thinking about doing kind of working like a month ahead of time, not quite an entire month. So like on the last
a week ahead of time,
Wednesday of the month, we would do the next month's project. So the last Wednesday of this month, we would do February's project. That way, we would be working at the beginning of the month. You would already have your video, and then as soon as you get your design, you would be able to just go ahead and start because we would have
hopefully
the video.
All your questions will have been answered already.
Yeah,
so.
And we'll have worked out any little kinks. So
and you can, of course, refer back because they don't disappear. So you could go back and watch it while you're stitching if you needed to do that too.
Yes. And then, you know, the kits we're working on having the kits ahead of time. So you can even probably get your kits that same time, pending there's not something we're waiting for like
blank or
blank
something
or
like
something.
that.
But it so far the first blank we're using is coming early
It's
enough.
coming early,
So that might work. So if you guys are watching this and you think that that might be a good idea, or you're okay with that, or you absolutely think that is just a bad
please don't.
idea, leave us a comment down there so we can see if you guys would like us to do that. We were just thinking that that might be a little bit of a bonus.
Being ahead instead of 2 weeks in kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
then you can, if you're doing it month by month or something, you can kind of decide whether or not that's a project that you want to.
Oh, I do like that one now that I see it stitched out.
Exactly.
Now I'm going to go get it if you haven't already bought the years and you're debating individually. So I do really like this design.
It's really pretty.
This would be pretty just in an embroidery hoop too. Just hanging it on the wall.
Yeah, I bet it would fit in those 8-inch embroidery hoops we have.
I bet it would.
Yep. We could grab an extra one and double check, but I bet you that since this is like 7.7,
it should fit pretty nicely in that.
Right.
I like the round. I think that's nice. I'm just not the little ring around it is what is killing me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like a ruffle around the edge, but I don't think I like the roust or the roost or whatever we call that.
I know, but I love the design. So my brain's like, how else could I do this? Wonderful. Thank you, Mom and Nancy. Oh my goodness.
You gonna kiss a tool today?
I might be. I'm doing my bunny.
Mary's gonna make a picture. That would be cute.
Nice.
Put it in a frame.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because a lot of times we forget we don't have to apply that design the way that they tell us to.
Exactly.
You know, our brains just, it's a pillow. Well, I don't need a pillow.
Yep.
But there's so many other things that you can do with almost any embroidery design.
Exactly. Good morning, Cindy.
And where you want to apply it. Sorry. This whole hubby on nights thing messing with my sleep
schedule.
I'm guessing she's looking for machine parts.
Maybe she's checking the prices from the new price sheet.
Yes. Yep. I gave her that yesterday? Monday. Well, I'm like, what's today?
Wednesday.
It's working everyday thing. I don't know what day it is anymore. There's no reference points for me. Mine's working, but I don't know what day it is. And I haven't for about a week now.
Yeah. Okay, now we have the other green.
I believe so. That's really interesting.
So ES951.
Still in the same shade family as the darker green, but
slightly lighter.
A little bit lighter. You could, of course, go very different and get brighter greens if you
doesn't have to be pastel.
I just went with the darker hues.
Yeah.
She moved it when she was vacuuming. Jeff got another battery.
Mm.
I know he ordered it. I think
Yeah.
he said it came yesterday.
At the rate she's going, she might need 3 or 4.
I guess.
Does it come with an extra charger?
When you buy a battery, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure he
the
bought.
battery and the charger.
I'm sure that's. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we have at home.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like the pet version, so maybe it draws more.
I don't know.
I don't either. The first one is high, not low. Like when you turn it, you just turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Touch how much I vacuum.
Yeah. Dave's in charge of the vacuum in our house.
I vacuum upstairs. And
But I mean, if you think about the square footage that we
this is
have,
a lot of square footage.
I mean,
and it's all carpet. I mean, you got to vacuum all of it. It's
Right.
not like my house is mostly tile and
right, even that you have, in like a normal home, you have like this much of an area in one room because you've got furniture everywhere, and then you go to the other one and you have this much. There's just a lot of,
there's a lot of open floor
space.
here.
Yeah. And getting underneath.
4,000 feet. That's a lot.
Yeah.
6 minutes doesn't seem very long. For any, just seems a little
Yeah.
shy of right.
Maybe it just takes a little while to charge the battery. Maybe it's like the first couple times. I don't know. I like the colors.
It's looking very pretty so far.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is for that white-ish,
Okay.
whatever, because here it shows it bluer.
Is that next?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just we're on
So
3, so I think 4 is pink.
Okay. Light
And then-
pink.
Yeah,
dark
this is peachy.
Okay. So that pink. 4. And 5
I
is
think we need that one too.
5 is the second pink. Do you have a second pink? Or do we want to just do the same thing for 4 and 5?
There's 2 pinks in there.
Well, that's what it says. Ours can be the same.
Oh, see, I was looking at the color. I can't see that. That color is so blendy. I didn't see that there was a second color there.
Okay, yeah.
And then I think this is a darker. Maybe that isocord.
Yeah,
There's the small one is in that Kimberbell bag
I
there.
see it.
There's a big one over on the rack over there, but the small one's in there. And is this okay with, or does that need to be something different then?
It's fine.
I mean, these could be the same if you wanted them. We don't like one or the other. We're just discussing colors.
So many choices.
It's the fun part, right?
Yeah. Most of the time.
Can be frustrating for sure.
I didn't look to see how we were.
It was pretty full.
Okay. So is it like 9 and 10? Is that where we have fuzzy, water soluble?
Definitely those. I don't see it anywhere else, but I didn't read the instructions if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Did you want me to do that? I mean, jeez. Purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 9. Okay.
You know what this picture looks like? Those old-fashioned ice packs where you would unscrew the top,
Yeah,
put the ice in, and then screw it back on.
It definitely looks like
Is
that.
that not what that looks
That's
like?
exactly how that looks.
We got, Gene forwarded me an email. Comcast is working on it in the area like they were the other day. it says we'll have intermittent outages all day. So I guess it'll be a crapshoot. I preferred it on the second when we weren't open. That worked way better.
Yeah.
But not much we can do.
Of course, a little bit of heads up, like more than
After it happened,
would be nice.
there's 2 boxes on the desk on this wall in my office. One is bags. You can label the size of the bags on the outside and put them in there, and the other is paper if you want to get it taken to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Jim owes us $3 because I don't have any cash. He gave me 3 once. He goes, I'm going to owe you some money. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely nice.
Yeah. I like the little map.
And it's obviously a different color, but do you see there's, I mean, it shows here 1 color, 2 colors, 3 colors, but that is not what this shows. I mean, it physically shows it, but it does not say.
1,
There's no number on here.
2. Right.
That's not numbered at all,
Yeah.
which I think is, it's new. They're figuring
learning
it out.
Yeah.
We're just discussing there's no number on your little printout that we were talking about for this color. It's not listed. It's shown in the picture as a different color, but it's not listed on the top and there's no number on it. So don't let that confuse you when you're stitching.
Definitely.
Sorry,
I
started it.
no, I cut onions yesterday. All I can smell on myself is onions.
I do not smell onion.
That's good. So I'm like, is it in my nose? Like, you know how like sometimes when you cut an onion, your hand retains the thing. So I put lotion on it. And I'm like, no, I still smell it.
I don't usually get food smells on my skin because I don't touch anything because
Right.
my allergies, I just never know what I'm gonna
Yeah.
flare. So I almost always, there's a glove between me and whatever it is that
Yeah.
I'm cutting. So I don't usually get garlic or
Yeah.
whatever stuck to me. But I do remember being very clearly sad the day my McDonald's gloves ran out. Like my stash that,
Yeah.
I'd bring home some every now and then or whatever, when those ran out and I had to go buy just whatever I could find in the
Yeah.
regular world.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the same. But I still use them.
Yeah. So I'm like, do my, did I, when
Did I
I was
touch
cooking them,
something?
like,
Right.
is it my glasses? You
Right?
know?
Did I touch something else
Right.
that's retaining it? Yep. There's a lot of leaves.
There is a lot of leaves.
We're not
yeah.
even close to done here yet.
No. Mm-mm.
So let's see.
I know we were planning on going live this afternoon. I don't know.
Yeah, we have our scan and cut scheduled.
Right.
I wonder if we would be better off trying to pre-record that.
When we pre-record on StreamYard, we have to be online.
Online.
Yeah.
if it's not on, we can pause
True. Yeah, it might work better.
and then just post it this afternoon instead of being actually live.
Right.
Because if this continues all day, it's going to be a hit or miss of when we'll have
Good
internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Hopefully. So let's see. Did you watch anything new?
No, I did not. We watched, I don't know what it's called. I think it's like Rex or something. It's about a detective and his police dog. So there's been a couple of seasons of that, but that's on some, I don't know, some funky channel that we have, not like Hulu or anything like that. We started watching like Percy Jackson. Did you start that?
I did.
It's pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised.
I did. Had you watched the movies?
Yes. Yeah. I know there's supposed to be some sort of tie-in to it at some point. But I was pleasantly surprised that it was as well done as it was.
I mean, being TV versus
a
movie. I like that they've changed. It's not the exact same story as what the movie was. It always drives me crazy. I'm like, I've already seen this.
Right. Why are we replaying
Why
it
are we
again?
redoing this? So they have altered it a little bit. I mean, the baseline is still the same, of course.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see the rest of,
Yeah. I feel it's so hard to watch that. You have to wait an entire week.
I know. I like to wait
used
until
to
they're all on there, and then I can just binge it. But yeah, that and Jack Reacher, or just Reacher. It's not Jack Reacher.
Oh, yeah.
Just Reacher
I
on
did
Prime,
watch-
which is another one of those. I thought it was all out, so I started watching it, and then I was like,
oh, it's not.
Oh.
Yeah. I haven't watched season 2 yet because I was waiting for the accumulation. But that was decent too.
yeah, this has definitely got a different vibe than the first season. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's still a butt-kicking, huge man.
Yeah.
But it's not the same vibe, for sure. I'd say it's a little darker.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Not that the first season didn't have some dark moments, but
Right.
it's been good, and I can't think of I can't think of his name now. The detective from the first makes an appearance.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Even though he's not in that city or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he called him in for some help on something, and so he came over, and he's like, "Yeah, it's good to see you." And now I don't remember that he had tweet or anything on, but that guy character was in this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Have you done any? I know you've been here a lot, so probably no fun sewing for you. Yeah.
I have one video done for the event. That's the only sewing I've done.
Kind of necessity.
Well, it's still fun.
Yes.
But I'm really tired when I get home. The thought of going upstairs and sewing until, whatever.
Right.
So
right.
We are going to switch to the lighter of the two blues, I believe. So that one.
That one?
Yep.
Okay. So we have ES5554. This is kind of like coneflower color?
Yeah.
I always want to call it a cornflower. I know it's not really a cornflower though, is it?
I'm not a flower connoisseur, so I can't. I'm really bad.
Yeah.
I can get rose and a carnation.
That's about it. Daisy.
And not mess that up.
Yeah.
Usually. I know what a petunia is.
Sunflower. That's about it.
I got sunflower. Hey, I watched a video.
Today I threaded it twice.
That was better than not at all. I mean.
Some days.
I don't think we're going to need that again.
Okay. So I've been redoing the sewing room. So this is our conversation last night with Dave. Hey Dave, IKEA sent me an email that says they have like free home delivery. They'll like take it in your house and bring it into a room. I was like, we should order the PAX cabinets, right? And
And
because then
let them bring it in.
they can bring them and then they can take them down the stairs and we won't have to struggle with it. He's like, oh, that's interesting. When did they start doing that? I don't know, but apparently the deliveries are only on Wednesdays. So he's like, okay. So about 45 minutes later, he's like, so I think Monday we should go get the PAX cabinets. It's like we never had that conversation. I'm like, okay. So we're going to struggle with it? He's like, yeah, we have Monday off, so that'll work for us.
I got nothing. No words. I don't know what to say to
And
that.
I'm like, so how come you don't want to do it the other way? He's like, well, you know, it'll probably get delivered. It'll be like cracked and then we'll have to deal with it. And, you know, or they'll cancel our order at the last minute, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so I'm going to struggle wearing these cabinets again. Really looking forward to that. Oh.
That's it's not funny, but that's funny.
So we have the slat wall is all back up on the wall. And we started putting, we've got like some wood planks to go on one wall. And so we have 2 rows of the wood planks up, which was the hard row, because that's the one that has like the outlets that you have to cut around and all that stuff. So, but of course they get glued up, so you can only do a couple rows at a time. So it'll take a little while to do that, but it's slowly coming along.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching him with you the other day. That was fantastic. Measure.
Yeah.
Looking at it again. Measure. Nope, I'm a 1/16 of an inch off. I must redo.
Yeah. He's so cute when he definitely takes his time. He works at it. He has a pace that he works at, and it is not the same pace that I want him to work at. So a lot of times when we're in there, and he'll be like, why are you on your phone? And I'm like, because I've been waiting for you to give me the measurement for like 15 minutes. I just got bored. And rather than just say, are you done yet? Or do you have that number? Or, you know, what do you want me to write down? Or
I was trying to
whatever?
not be rude, honey.
I was trying to be quiet and patient, you know. And then he's like, you're on your phone again.
You're still measuring.
Then I turned the TV on in the room, and he's like, you're not paying attention to me. And I'm like, oh, God. If we make it through this, it's going to be a miracle. You're right, honey. I'm just going to stand. What do you want me to do? Stand here and look at you? And I know in his mind, he really has no idea, like, how long it's been.
How long it's been from point A to point B.
Right. Because you know,
for him, it was 30 seconds.
Right. And of course, he's
He's in his head.
He's in his head, yeah. And he has really no idea how much time has passed. And I'm just like, or I'm standing there, you know, can you hand
Holding something.
Can you hand me the hammer? So then I set it down next to him, and he's like, I asked you to hand it to me, you know, and I'm like, yes, that was like 15 minutes ago.
I've been standing here like this, so you're not. You should be like, you're not paying attention to me, honey.
That's exactly what I said to him. I was like, you're not paying any attention to me. He's like, I'm doing this room for you. And of course, at this point, I'm just laughing. And he's like, what's so funny? I'm like, nothing.
Nothing at all. Nope.
Nope. Or then when something goes wrong, you know, he gets so upset over it. Of course, what can I do to help? Absolutely nothing. Basically, just get out of the way, because no matter what I do,
it's not right.
But when I don't offer to help, then he's mad at me. Well, like, why didn't you hold this? Well, because I asked you what I could do and you said nothing.
You have fun with that.
And then something will happen, and then we'll both be just laughing. I was laughing so hard yesterday, I thought I was going to pass out. I couldn't breathe. Tears are rolling out of my eyes.
Yes, my problem is I have to pee when I do that. So there's that's what I have to look out for.
Yeah.
So, you know, be glad that you were just going to pass out, because it could be so much worse.
And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I couldn't get anything out.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But yeah, I don't know why. It's like 15 or 20 minutes in between, like, the time when he gives me, okay, can you take this measurement for me? And then So I'm waiting, and then I'm waiting, and then he goes and he does something else, and then he comes back to it and he looks at me. He's like, "What are you waiting for?" Like the measurement. He's like, "Oh, I already did that." Okay. I'm just gonna stand here and look at you, admiring me.
Don't forget to bat your eyes while you do it, right? Oh, that's fantastic.
It's hysterical. But I appreciate that he wants to put the work in. So
Yeah.
he could have been like, "No, your room was fine." So
Yeah, because a lot of that was his idea.
well, yes and no. I mean, we kind of worked with the space that we had, but what did he do? Yeah. Oh, he's just like as we're working through the project, he'll say something like, I need you to like take this measurement for me. And then I'm waiting and like 15 or 20 minutes goes by. And then at this point, I'm trying not to like ask him 100 times, what do you want me to write down? So then I like turn on my phone or something and he's like, why are you on your phone? And I'm like, I've been waiting for you to give me the measurement for like 20 minutes.
Telling you, especially that free help, it's even harder to get.
Yeah, right?
Okay. I'm pushing on my back so that the heat kicks in on the. When there's pressure, it's warmer.
True.
So. We are stitching at full speed, right? Didn't I ask this last time? I just felt like it was going so slow.
We don't have the 10 by 10 hoop on. You change the thread and I'll double check to make sure we didn't slow ourselves down. We were not. We were at like 950.
Oh, well, a little bit. Every little bit counts.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have? The darker pink. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, this is 7.
Darker
this
pink.
Is not where we have to.
So these don't match that.
Okay.
Like the color stops. This is just the colors that you need.
Okay.
Is what that is. Not color stops, because there's only 11 here and there's 17 there. So
okay. Well, we're only on color 7, so we don't need fringe yet. That's what I was double checking.
Oh,
make sure
no.
we didn't need the water stuff. Okay.
Dark pink, light pink.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't say that color either.
No.
Did we do the last one?
We did.
You said that color?
I did. 5, 5, 5,
Okay.
5, 5, 5,
I didn't
4.
say that.
Yes.
Let's say 305.
Yep.
This is darker pink, 305. Again, these are so far all exquisites.
Yep.
The next one. Sometimes I wonder if it would be faster if we turned off the jumps because of all of the cuts. And this one in particular has
a
lot of cuts, but that means then we'd have to go back and trim all of it.
That too.
I don't really want to do that either. So there's a reason you buy a machine that does that for you.
Yeah, you're probably spending that time regardless. Either at the machine,
either it's doing it or you're doing it. And it does do a nicer job. So, I mean, it gets closer because it can.
Yeah.
Of how it's cutting. But, so for any of you that are wondering, we are stitching on the Baby Lock Solaris today. And if you missed it, we are in the 8 by 12 hoop. So there will be a couple things we have to take the hoop out for changing the bobbin, but not much.
Standard bobbin
Just
thread.
Standard bobbin threaded is what's currently there. So we'll have some water soluble we'll have to do in a little bit. this is probably my least favorite hoop to use, just because no matter which one you get,
Stiff to get in.
they don't slide as smoothly in the machine, in and out as all of the others do for
Yeah.
whatever reason. I'm not sure what is about this one, but and we've tried many different. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter which one.
You
But
can use, if you don't have an 8x12 hoop, you could use a 9.5 by 9.5.
8 by 8, 10 by 10,
Yeah, any of those.
10.5 by 10.5, any of those, anything 8 by 8 or larger
Yes.
would work. So I'm talking about changing the hoop, and I'm going to do that. I don't need to do that.
No,
We
not
just
yet.
need to rethread. So this one is not an exquisite, because that's what we had sitting here.
This is a Floriani, and it is PF110, and it's kind of a light peachy pink. So the other day, someone called and they were using their new 10 by 10 magnetic hoop. And the question that they had was, is there something wrong with it? Because when you use the 10 by 10 hoop, I think the maximum that you can stitch at is about 650
It
stitches.
slows
It
down.
automatically slows your machine down. That's just a thing that happens when you put that particular hoop on the machine. There isn't any way to override that.
No.
And if you've been the 7x12, the new 7x12 magnetic hoops, they have rolled back many of the machines.
Yes.
So there's the Dreams
all the way
and
back to the Dreams and the Destinies are currently have an update available. So if you're sewing on that and you have not updated your machine, you can download that new update
and get that new hoop, which is really nice. Hoop.
I love that hoop. 7x12 is my favorite standard hoop.
Yeah.
I mean, that is my go-to. I use that all the time. So I was super excited to get a magnetic in that same size.
Yeah.
And it is built like the 5x7 magnetic that came out from Brother. If you have that one, I'm sure you love it if you have it, because it's a great hoop and it's super lightweight, which
you don't always get with the
you don't always get with the magnets. Sometimes those are just so heavy that they make it bulky to work with. But that's one of the things that I love about these two, is that they are lightweight, and so very easy to use, and you get the security of the magnet without the stress of it, if you will. So yeah, didn't see that there at all either. Just nope.
But I guess it explains why there's a number 5 around those pieces.
It does. You know, I saw that a little bit, and then I was like, well, I've got more than those colors of, the numbers up there of thread, so I'm good. I wasn't good, but that's okay. This one looks really nice with it. It looks good. Oh my. Been trying to dial back on the amount of pop that I've been drinking. Figured I need to lose weight, and that's going to be the first step, right? I'm so tired. Maybe if I just drink a Mountain Dew, I'll feel better. And then, of course, I go to bed, and I can't drink my brain out.
Yeah. Yeah, so then you don't get a restful night's sleep. It's like you sleep, obviously, but
you don't really feel
it's like you were working while you were sleeping.
Pretty much what's been happening. starting to catch up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we need the
We
little.
need a little blue, it looks.
Don't say it.
I didn't say a thing. I think that's the darker one, yeah.
Okay.
What do
So
you think?
I am
Isn't
gonna do.
Oh, no, that's. Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
the darker.
Yeah.
Darker of
There
the two.
is a darker blue that we're gonna put on here. There's like whiskers or the stem or
The stem that's coming out of the flowers
yeah.
up here.
What's the center part of the flower called besides the center part of the flower? The what? I don't know, maybe. Stamen.
Stamen,
something?
that's the word.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blue.
From Greece too?
Oh.
The things you learn at work.
Okay. Oh, it's also the base of the flower.
Ah.
Oh, so it's the base of the flower. I thought it was the little
Yeah, there's two little dots.
dangles from the top.
Oh, maybe that's not the right color then.
No.
That should have been that gold.
That's okay.
Ours is going to have a blue base.
You might want gold here.
This should probably have been the gold color that we had before coming off of that stem. We're just going to add a little color.
All right, and now we are doing the little white flowers, which are going to be blue, right? We're going to make this
Yes.
ES402. So this is
Yep.
a light blue.
My phone says it's time to do some stretches. We've been sitting still for too long.
My stomach's about to start growling.
There it is. Good morning, Sarah's stomach.
Here's another one.
Got it.
I know. The good thing is that if you watch this not live, you can watch it faster.
Right? Fast forward.
And we can sound like the chipmunks or the chipettes.
Yes. Who would be Elvin here?
Hayden.
Yeah.
He's a troublemaker.
In a very sneaky way. Yes.
I think Tony would be Theodore because he likes food. And he's always hungry.
He's just not chunky.
No, he's not chunky.
I got the chunk, but I don't know, for someone who doesn't like food, very unfair. So we definitely have a little bit muted color scheme going on. You could go brighter if you wanted. That blue is going to drive me batty up there. That's okay.
We can go back
We could.
after we're all done and we start talking about the other parts.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, it only looks bad because,
We know it's not supposed to be there.
but I mean, it's subjective,
It's going to have these little things later.
right?
So
Which we cannot reference by color and shape.
no, we cannot. But maybe it'll tie it in.
We have blue circles.
We have two small blue circles at the base of those flowers that are to be the stamen.
Right?
Oh, dearie.
Oh.
All right, we are approaching where we're going to have to start messing with the bobbin though. So, you know, if we had been following the directions instead of staring at the screen, we would have been okay.
We stopped doing that.
So yeah, that's about the color it says we should be putting there.
Yeah.
But we're gonna need the dark blue next.
one?
Yes. 02?
Or this one?
No, the dark one.
Dark. Yeah.
Yep.
40. What did we call it? 409.
409.
Yeah.
402 is what's in.
Okay.
And then we put this one back in after to get the little whatever's in there.
If you are watching this and you are totally bored, I'm so sorry.
I know, this is so exciting. Do we have any other news? One of the things that we did in December was start prepping the new Kimberbell basics into fat quarter packs based on print, right?
I was not part of that. That must have been while I was gone.
So, well, we talked about it while
We
you
did.
were here.
Yep.
So we have there's a few that we were missing, but we have a lot of those wrapped and done. So we've got, you know, polka dots, then
like
we've
large
got the
polka dots
stars
and
and the
small
small
polka
polka
dots,
dots in all of the new shades.
Good.
So there are some new fat quarter packs, and I believe we made
Half-yard bundle?
a half-yard bundle. We made 2 half-yard bundles because one had already been purchased.
Right.
So there's 1 half-yard bundle available, and there's some fat quarter bundles that are available for those. So if you've been wanting to get your hands on some of those, we have been working on getting that done.
And those should be loaded on the website, right?
I don't know where if they were waiting for all of them or not.
But I guess if you're interested, you can give us an email.
Yeah, if you can't find what you're looking for, shoot us a message and say, hey, I wanted these, or I want them all, or because we certainly have that becoming available if it's not already done. So, but we knew a lot of you would want the new fabrics, but to get all of them is a lot. So we separated them out by pattern so that it wasn't, you didn't have to buy all 100, whatever.
Yeah.
You could get just a little bit here and a little bit there. So, but she'd know probably if we had it on there or not, but I don't actually know the answer to that. But, oh my goodness. So next is going to be the centers of these flowers, the centers of these flowers, and then the little cone guys that come off of here. And I should know the name of that, and I'm totally drawing a blank because I'm not that great with flowers.
They look like lilacs.
Could be.
So we'll just start with opening up.
We have ES 409.
Is 11 open right now?
So I think we're done with this color. Oh no, wait a minute. Yep, we just need a lighter blue. This one's going to have lots of starts and stops. So that little 3 minutes is not going to be 3 minutes.
It just opens up automatically.
So what do you think over here? Do you think it would be, it's going to be all connected?
Shortcut.
Or do you think we need to turn the jumps off for that?
I have
I guess
no
we can see what
idea.
it
I hope
does.
it's connected.
underneath.
That's why I was like, if those are all individual flowers, we're gonna be here for a hot
Ever.
second.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So let's talk about the finishing of the pillow.
Yeah.
This is going to be a couple minutes. So I'm going to pop over to the other camera over there. And if you intend to make this circular, then what you're going to do once you finish all of your embroidery,
to make this guy here. Oh. You already did the first part, right?
I trimmed, yeah, I did
Yep.
that part. So that's the part, yeah, there you go.
So you're going to add the border to the center once you're done with what is happening over there. So we've got a
3-inch.
by like 38.
Yeah, I just
um,
basically cut the selvage off and then 2 rows
Called it good.
of stitch. Yeah, then stitch them together to make a circle. And then they want you to do 2 rows of basting stitches. And if you don't know what a basting stitch is the longest straight stitch that longest stitch length that your machine will let you do. This is not how I traditionally gather. I prefer to zigzag over a cord because I find that to be easier than pulling on the bobbin thread. Oftentimes I pull too much on my bobbin thread and I break something somewhere. That's why you do 2 rows instead of a singular row. But Lisa's
Got to
just
find the
grabbing
right
those.
ones.
Yeah.
So you got to get your bobbin and then gently pull. And then I generally just push those away.
Mm-hmm.
And you certainly can go this direction, and then, you know, when you've gotten so you can turn around and pull the
The other way. Yeah.
rather than trying to go all the way around on these two, because they do get what's the word I'm looking for? They'll snap if you pull too hard and whatnot. So trying to keep going on the same ones can be difficult sometimes. And this is not a small section that we're doing here. There we go. Find my pieces again because I dropped them.
And you do want to be careful you don't pull the bobbin thread completely out.
Right.
Because then you'll be starting all over again.
Yes, you would. There'd
You
be
can
no
tie a
stitches
knot
left.
in the other end,
Yeah.
so you don't do that. I wasn't sure which ends we were going to talk, so I just left long tails.
Yeah, but what she's talking about is sometimes if you are pulling here, they slide back over here. And of course, if your bobbin thread slides out, we all know what happens, right? Our stitches fall out. So you can very poorly attempt to tie a knot there. Cannot get my fingers to work. My nails have gone to the wayside, and so I have all these rough spots, and it's catching everything. Yeah. So this is the side I'm not pulling, though I can, just to make sure that I don't end up pulling them out.
Yeah.
Did you want to have some fun with this?
What's that?
Did you want to have any fun with this?
You're doing such a great
I'm doing
job.
such a great job.
Yeah. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna change to a pink color again. So we're doing these flowers down here.
Yep, so I was going to do
The
light
peach.
peach.
Okay, so we're gonna do
If you
ES.
don't like that, you can do both of those in this one, though, if you don't like that one. I mean, you know, options are always good.
Yeah, ES 503 is like a peachy pink, and then I'm just gonna change the color over here, and they can't really. I mean, you're kind of up a little far, so they can't really see what
Sorry.
you're doing. That's all right.
It's very riveting, as
I'm sure.
I'm sure they all know.
Almost as exciting as watching this stitch.
Yeah.
So we're starting a new flower over here, coming down here, and I put in ES 503.
And this is the last before we start fringe.
Okay.
A lot of thread sticking to me here.
You probably have enough gathered.
Yeah, I was just going
You
to
can
push
just-
them around and
Yeah,
see what I
smush
got
it
here.
around. If you have a serger, you could take this on your serger, and on the cover hem side, if you have one of a cover hem machine or a combo machine, you could have gathered that up real quick on there as well.
Mm.
When we pop this hoop off and I change the bobbin thread, we can set that over there, and then you can kind of
See my gauge of,
see, yeah, how you are
I feel like
size-wise.
I'm small.
All
All right, so we are now to the stitching point that we need to do the fringe. So the flower that's going to sit here and the flower that's going to sit here are both going to have fringe. So Sarah is putting in a water soluble bobbin for the first part of that stitch. Yep, I'm a little small. Imagine that. I did it too much.
All right, and we want to change to color number the pink. Color number the pink.
Color number the pink. The darker peach.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to put in our Mettler color. This is Isocord or Mettler color
706.
706.
Something. I was so close.
No, 1362.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we'll go with
close.
that. So close. But there was a 706 on there, right?
Probably.
Yeah. We'll just go with that.
We'll go with that. Sure. Sure.
Just make me feel better.
So you made it a little bit too small?
I did. So I'm just pushing them around to even out some spots that have more.
Okay. I'm going to change the color and I'm going to put purple in ES1324.
Is it not change the bobbin?
No, not yet. It's going to
No,
do.
they do them both?
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. Nope.
Look at that.
More fringe.
I feel like whenever I do fringe, I have to go back and forth every time.
Yeah, it's not doing the center part to stitch it down yet.
Well, that's nice. That's way smarter.
Okay, so now we're starting our purple flower over here. It's going to do the same thing. And then we'll remove our fringe, our water-soluble thread.
And put the regular back in.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we need to go into more detail of how that all works? Or
The
just show them
water-soluble part?
later?
I think we can show them in just a couple minutes when it's done. Oh, did we run out? I think we might have just run out.
Well, I got more.
Okay. Let's check our bobbin and see. No,
Nope.
did it just come unthreaded?
Maybe it just came unthreaded. Oh, it's like, oh. I wonder if it got wet or too much moisture because it's not running freely.
Do we have the wrong end?
I think so. It looks just like it's clumped a little bit.
Yeah. pull a little off.
Oh, that's fantastic. What do you think?
Try it.
I mean, I'm barely pulling and
Don't have much left to do.
So the bobbin thread was sticking in the bobbin.
Had to back up. I think I backed up enough. Okay. It's really long still.
Yes, it is.
Okay, there we go. All right, so now it looks like it's going to say, take out that bobbin thread. All right, so that's coming out now. Put this guy back in. Our hoop back on. All right, put the water soluble back in the bag. All right, so now we have the center part of the purple. Let's keep the same color purple in for the center. Do you agree?
Agreed.
Okay, so this is that purple color, ES1324 again. Same color we just did the fringe part of the flower in. And then what it's going to do is it's going to tack down the ends of the stitch here so that when we dissolve the water-soluble thread, we have fringe and this holds our stitches in place. Otherwise, the stitches would just fall out. We don't want that.
We do not. After all of this work, we don't want that.
Okay, and then we'll put the same color in the center for our peach flower, which was that Metler 1362 or Isacord 1362. All right.
Tangle right
All
there.
right, and it looks like our last color is a second blue. So we're going to use our lighter blue, which is 555. No, we don't want to use the lighter blue because that's going to end. I'm on, oh, yep, that'll be fine.
So
Here, the second color that goes in there. 554.
Yep, that one.
Yeah, that's what we're going to use. 5554. And this is our last color change. on this design.
All right, I think we're pretty close. This is really pretty.
It is very pretty. It definitely reminds me of like a hand stitched, like those hand stitched pillowcases and things like that from maybe the early 90s. Maybe before that, but I think they were pretty popular in the 90s. Like a little cross stitch,
Yes.
but not really cross stitch because it was hand embroidery.
Hand embroidery though.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, exactly. Very vintage looking. Just as I can go over here or there. I keep my water soluble in a bag, and this spool is going to be gone very soon, so I've refilled with the bigger one, so I've switched to a bigger bag. But my bobbin, as soon as it comes out of my machine, goes right back in the bag. I never set it down on the table. You know, you can certainly still put WS or something on the bobbin to mark it, but those wear off. And
make sure that's okay for your particular bobbin. Our
and
machines
some
don't care.
Ours don't care, some do.
Yeah.
But the that other one was Ziploc. This one's zipper. So
Yeah,
keeping the moisture out of the
it's key.
thread is also good because otherwise it doesn't last. So this is super cute.
Do you need to go back and change the blue base?
It's up to you. I don't care.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Are you okay with it?
Sure.
Because pretty soon it'll be too late.
It'll be too late here in just a second.
Yeah.
That's fine. Or she's just a hair more colorful than.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost there. Like less than 100 stitches there.
Got that one. We got one more.
40 stitches.
Little dot here. Along with a trim and a knot and a. Okay. Dun 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 dun. 4 hours later.
Yes.
No, not 4 hours later, but.
Hey.
All right. That even slid out very nice.
I know, I did. I was wondering what happened.
What happened? I don't know. Let's not jinx it.
Right?
All right. So this is all stitched. And we now need to do the fringe. So we're going to find a water pen. And we want to get the petals of these two flowers. I usually push a little bit with my pen to give it some pressure as well as getting it wet. And this is because we use the water soluble. If you didn't have water soluble and you did a alternate color of bobbin thread, you would trim the bobbin thread there to move those. And then we want to pull these petals to the front.
You got a stiletto over there? Do you want this one?
Yeah, I don't really like that one.
Yeah, it's too fat.
It's fat. Not that we're fat shaming or anything, but that stiletto needs to go on a diet. They don't wanna play nice today. Let's give it a little more pressure on the back. That one that popped right up. I wonder if the bobbin threads, it's mostly top thread down there because of the tension it was sticking in that bobbin. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some more wood. We won't spend too much time on here. But
Hey, Carolyn, you can give Nancy February's kit too if you want. It should be over there. I think her name's on it. We'll be doing February's in a couple weeks, so.
She didn't have that on the list, so we've got to get.
Oh, okay. Just make a little note that we gave it to her.
a little bit of friction on there, and I think we're gonna come up. Yeah, there we go. All right, I think that is all of that. So we've got those pulled up. So cute. All right, once we have that done, we're going to remove it from the hoop and trim on the trimming line stitched in step number 6. So that guy there. That's really tight. Are we
Good job,
doing
Lisa.
circle or are we going to keep going?
That is up to you.
So this is that line that we're talking about. If you are not wanting to do the circle, your backing fabric can just be placed as a, you'll want to do a fold there, and then you could sew as a square.
Yes.
And just make it a square pillow if you don't want to do the circle.
Yes. You also have a zipper in your kit.
Yes.
Kimberbell did show a lace zipper. We were unable to get lace zippers
that were long enough to do this.
Yes, they are not due in until February. So we did substitute a regular standard white zipper in your kit. So if you would like to have a zippered back on your project, you can do that.
You certainly can do that.
You could do this exactly the same way as the lace zipper, or you could top stitch it down
this
just
way?
like that. Yeah, which would be just as easy. Either or would be perfectly fine for the back of this pillow.
Yep.
And like Lisa said, so we can do square
If you don't want to do the circle, you
Right.
certainly can just stop at this point and make that
Right. And you could
your
skip
background.
that circle that you did at the beginning.
Yep. So if you were going to do it that way, I would recommend not stitching this down.
Mm-hmm.
I would spray based or
Yeah, hoop it.
use
You got plenty
or
of
hoop your
fabric. Yeah, you could
fabric,
actually hoop it.
or even use sticky if you wanted to, but that's going to be a lot of stitches going through sticky. So
Right.
hooping it would probably be your better bet from that perspective. So depending on, but I guess we might as well do the. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, so I am going to trim and then set the pillow aside later. So that's because we're supposed to then switch to make our ruffle, which we already did. All right. Feel like I shouldn't be cutting this. This feels wrong. All right. And it does say on the trim line,
And is that the trim line that wasn't the
there's it's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's the outer.
Okay, good.
So this is the stitch line.
Okay, all
This
right.
is the trim. But great question. So she was asking, are you sure that's the gut line?
Because we did two at the beginning, so
you can see I started, this is cutting from the front. So there's two stitched on the stabilizer. The inner one is going to be your stitch line for your putting your ruffle piece on. And then so that outer line is the same on the front or the back.
Okay.
You're doing the outside. If there's another line, we didn't do it.
Connie said that something happened to our Facebook feed. I wouldn't be surprised today. We're definitely having some internet type issues over here at the store. They are working on our lines, so we have kind of an alternate power Wi-Fi source for us, and I have seen it swapping between the two today, so I apologize for any connection issues. I can see that Facebook looks like it's still going on our end, but that does not mean that we're
a
not
strong and good
right.
thing. That's really wet over there. Stuck. That's kind of squishy. I gotta get me a pair of these at home. These are freaking awesome. All right. So now what do we do?
Now we sew our ruffle, right?
Yep. So once you have your ruffle made and you get that opening to the correct size that you need, you're going to take the right side of your pillow.
Are we going to attempt to sew?
We don't have to.
Okay. I don't do very well in the round.
No?
No, I'm a terrible sewer in the round. So I don't make clothes. No armholes for me.
And no armholes for me. I just have to get my brain. This goes. I want this. All right, come on, brain, kick in. This way. So
Yep. That
just had to get there. I'm slow,
Flip
but
around,
you know,
right?
I'm just gonna put the seam at the bottom. So basically, you're going to connect this all the way around the outside, which is why we were aiming for the right size opening from our gathers. You will definitely need to clip or pin these. So I'm going to align my seam with the bottom of the pillow and start from there. You certainly could, to try to keep things even, find your other half and put that at the top. So that you have an even amount everywhere. And then work your way to the centers and whatnot of each of those. And we're going to align those.
Anytime you're sewing through a bunch of layers like this, you can, if you struggle, there's a couple of tips that you can do. You can use a walking foot if you have one. You can use a Teflon foot if you have one. It'll help glide over top of the areas here. Or if you have a machine that has adjustable presser foot pressure, you can lessen your presser foot pressure a little bit to help it glide over top of your ruffles and your gathers so it doesn't push them. You can also sew upside down, which is really hard, which is a little harder to do here. And then the feed dogs will kind of help keep that all together. Any other tips that you can think of?
No, everything you said makes perfect sense. And having a stiletto in your hand to help guide when you've got this bulk on top to keep everything.
Yeah, super helpful.
And that you don't have to put your finger right up underneath your foot. The stiletto will stay and guide for you, if you will, kind of acting as your finger rather than trying to manipulate that. So just work your way around. Got one corner left to go. And then it says to sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I feel like it needs to be just a hair bigger with the seam. Otherwise, you'll have a...
You'll probably have to pull your basic stitches out.
Yep, but you're going to have to remove those otherwise.
Yeah.
So...
I could have done those closer to the edge.
Well, as you can see, the edge is fraying really crazy. So if you go too close to the edge, your stitches are going to be falling apart anyways.
Right.
So you don't want to do that. So you have a little guy that looks like this. And then again, I would start here. We don't have our machine set up for sewing at the moment, and then a 1/4 inch all the way around. And then when you open that, you'll have that nice ruffled edge along that center there. Once we have that, you're going to create your back with the zipper if that's what you're doing. If not, that's fine. You certainly don't have to put the zipper in, your choice. But again, we did provide a standard, what is it, 16, 20? What did we do? 16?
16,
I think it's a 16-inch zipper that you can put on there. And then once you have your back like yay, so it would basically be finished and ready to go there.
Open your zipper.
Open the zipper, and then
Probably just pretty side to pretty side, right? And stitch around.
That's what I'm thinking. Stitch right on top of where you were.
Yeah,
I lost
press
my
out
pages.
your seam. Press the top out, and then you should have a circle that you can follow.
Yep. So this is going to stitch, open, press that so you have a nice flat piece, and then pretty side to pretty side, you'll lay this right on top, and then you'll sew here, and then you can trim off your excess after you're finished.
Absolutely.
You don't want to mess with trying to trim your backing to fit this. Just sew it.
Right.
And then trim.
Yes.
Because there's no need to fuss with trying to keep those edges perfectly aligned or
No,
anything. Don't
do
even
that.
bother with that.
Yeah.
So pin your top circle down and then sew around, and you are all set.
Yes. She's got really good pinning skills there. That was really great.
Well, if you've done it a couple of times, then you know. So this, it probably looks hard. It's not.
No.
Start at a point. I like to find my center and balance so that I don't have all of my fabric and ruffle on one side and not on the other. So keep finding the half point and then pin that out or clip it out. When you go to add the top to the back, you will have to pin because your clips, of course, won't go in.
Right.
So you will need to use pins. If you can, of course, remove the pins as you're sewing so that you're not sewing over them. If you are sewing over them, go really slow so you don't jam anything.
Right. And if you hit the needle with your pin when you're finished with that project, make sure you toss that
Chuck
pin.
the needle and
Yep.
make sure that you don't have any nicks for the future
Right.
project that's coming up. So, like I said, we're going to finish it out this way because it's, you know, I mean, it's the project. We want to make sure that you guys can see how that goes.
Yeah.
So the sample will be here shortly with the sewing done, but the,
You could do this.
you could
easily
do this
square.
easily square. You could even do this on a square blank
Mhm.
and then not have anything other than just sewing up your side seams. We have,
Or if you purchased like that Merry Christmas one from the Bella Box or our Welcome Winter kit,
there's
we
some
did,
other ruffle options.
yeah,
on,
you could put a ruffle around the edge versus this part. So you could do a couple of different types. of things.
Absolutely. You know, if you don't like this ruffle, you could have this piece be the 12-inch size,
Right.
and then add the ruffle to the exterior, which is what we show in our instructions.
Yeah, or it's kind
or
of
in
similar to the Bella Box.
The
one.
Bella Box pillow instructions is basically kind of how we did ours too.
Exactly.
So, there's a couple different options there. I love the pattern. I just think this type, I have a lot of things like that. So I was excited to see the pattern.
Yep.
Not so crazy about the circle pillow, but I love the pattern.
Yep.
So
And February is
it is
it's a super cute, like a leprechaun
so
jar
sorry, excuse me.
topper.
It is a jar topper and it's got little leprechaun feet
Legs
sticking out.
It's really cute.
It is absolutely darling. So that's what we will be doing. And it sounds like everybody that did comment liked that idea. So I think that's what we'll move forward with.
Yep.
So there will be
second.
February's that we will run
The last Wednesday,
the
of,
last Wednesday,
which
of
is not that.
it's
It'll be the 31st. Yep.
So which will probably be a recording this time around
Yep.
based on timing and things. So, but it'll all still be there, and then you'll have everything that you need for February.
All right.
So thanks for joining us. Sorry it took 2 hours. And again, apologies for the connection issues that we've had. Unfortunately, we can't control what Comcast does. So they're out working on the lines, then we get what we get.
Right.
So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and
Like and subscribe.
share
and
and all
Yep.
of those good
all
things.
those good things.
Appreciate
Thank
you guys. See you later.
Bye.